Tell yourself, I'm a wonderful, optimistic, resilient, talented, and honorable individual that's yearning to become a better man. I'm worthy.
About a little bit about me, about my journey. So I'm a poet, but not only am I a poet, I'm a storyteller. And I'm going to start you off with this first one. I'm going to tell you a story. Pain became my middle name for a while, and I wore it like a badge of honor. Hand full of dynamite, fist up, always ready to fight, ready to explode this heavy load I've been carrying for way too long. See, this pain didn't just show up, it came from a broken home. And I'm not saying that my mother or father had did anything wrong, because it had already been going on long before they came along and got together. See, this goes back, seems like forever. From generation to generation, chains shackled on their arms and legs. Curses, devils, and demons trying to play with their heads. Passed on down to me as I try to break free from this world filled with depression. Stressing about my everyday life. Asking God, am I a human sacrifice? Or what did I do so long for this pain to last for so long? And all I prayed for is for it to be gone. But God had a different plan in store for me. He wanted me to see and understand that my pain was going to be used for purpose. Not meant to break me, but to help me confront everything that had been holding me back. Years of lack and insecurities and people pleasing. Not understanding the reason why I kept repeating the same cycle over and over and over again. Like a broke record on repeat, settling for defeat. Unhealthy relationships, unworthy friends, fake smiles and fake grins, different person, same situation, which pushed me into a season of self-evaluation, having me to analyze my poor decisions and giving me the ability to see with a clear vision. So now you see, this is a lesson that I had to learn, and unfortunately I had to burn. See, this pain I carried had to be so traumatic that it shook the core of me and forever changed the person I thought I was supposed to be. As transformation altered my state of mind, kinetic energy pulsated through my veins, ingrained deep into my soul as I was molded into a new creature. Not just a feature up for display, but a vessel letting God have his way, clearing the path for me to heal and to grow. Like the mighty tree of life, arms stretched out to the sky, reaching to the heavens above, feet planted on solid ground like roots dug deep into the earth, pointing me towards self-worth, strong and unbreakable, fighting my way through every obstacle, setting me Maya Angelou inside of me free, speaking life into me through my pain. Now I know I can forever sustain if any pain comes my way, because I decided to do it God's way. See, y'all, my pain didn't break me. It made me so much stronger. So I no longer suffer, because I realize the most blessed and chosen people in this world are the ones that's curled up in fetal position, praying, hoping, and wishing for better days. The ones that seek the face of God and long to be in his presence, even when life gets hard and heavy, moving steadily towards that narrow path, not out here chasing illusions, fantasies, or dreams, but having strong faith, sight unseen. The ones that don't try to escape the storm, but walk through it with God holding his hand, because they clearly understand that he sees and knows the bigger plan. In fact, he orchestrated it all for us to rise and not fall. So y'all see, my pain brought me from a place of brokenness into greatness. So therefore, everything that I went through, God took that pain and he turned it into purpose. And if you ask me now, I say it was absolutely worth it. Purpose over pain. So y'all, that poem was called Purpose Over Pain. And the reason why I tell that story, because I went through a journey, y'all. I don't know if anybody's ever went through the most devastating thing in your life, a pain inside of you that you thought was going to break you, but God brought you through it. And that's the reason why I always do that piece, because we all have experienced something. We all have went through some things in our life, and we thought we was not going to make it, right? And he picked us up and he carried us.
I also go by Mended Crow. I also work with herbs and teas and crystals. A little about my history. As Eloquent said, we've all been through it. We've all hit rock bottom at some point, and for me, I had to use it as a trampoline. I found myself married to someone who groomed me when I was 17 and became a cop. He ended up trafficking me, And so I experience things that most people never experience, but I also experienced a perspective that most people never get to access either. I had to get to a point where I devalued myself before I could figure out what value was and what that meant. So, and also, excuse me if I'm shaking a little bit, I do not do public speaking. I went to a poetry event last Friday night at Dix Park, somehow ended up in front of the microphone and rediscovered that I like to write poetry. So everything I have, I've written in the last week. So this is like shadow work therapy here. All right. So this one is called Fly Again. Crazy how they clip your wings to see how far you'll fall. Perplexing how irate they get when you bounce back all tall. My husband didn't like my vibe, too loud and over the top. You'd think I would have been smarter than to share a bed with a cop. I thought I was getting something, the object of my deepest desires. A stable, loving, extended family. Instead, he fed me to the fires. He sold my body, he took my name, filled me with alcohol and pills. I became a doll, fulfilled his wishes, while also paying all the bills. It took a voluntary commitment due to an attempt to make me see how I'd been living. I was oblivious to the descent. When I got home, I flushed my pills. For 8 months, I was bedridden. The detox was my second chance, but he will never be forgiven. The fire scorched me, but I stood back up, ashes in my feathers, made new connections that showed up when toxicity was severed. I took heaping doses of self-control, mindfulness by the gallon, herbs and teas for everything. I climbed out by my talons. I found the answers in the universe, the earth, and sacred text. Now I ask everyone, which one of you is next? I'll share my knowledge freely to anyone who listens. We are the medicine they can't manufacture. We can break out of their prisons.
I am beautiful, I am bold, I am brave, I am strong, I am love, I am fierce, I am sincere, I am complicated, I am testimony, I am the I am. I am here, I am there, I am now, I am the present, and I am the gift within it. I am the future, I am the stars, I am the universe, I am the rainbow after every storm, I am the I am. I am bliss, I am calm, I am excited, I am quiet, I am the I am. I am a book, I am poetry, I am a story, I'm a letter, I'm a journal, I am the I am. I am supreme, I am alchemy, I am magic, I am royalty, I am the image of God within, I am the I am.
This is called Philadelphia. That's where I'm from. If you got this far with pain, imagine how far I can go with love. Let me tell you about a place I come from called Philly, Philly, Philly. Yeah, that's where I'm from. I love my city, even though it's a concrete jungle. I've been through some shit you wouldn't even believe. That's how I know I'm not weak. If you survive the things that I've been through, let's see where you'll be. I've been stabbed up and almost died. All over the news by the age of 13. But they call my city the city of brotherly love. That city don't love nothing but a full clip. Love, hating on the next one. Crab in a barrel type shit. Yeah, Philly, Philly, Philly. That's where I come from. So before you ever judge me, make sure you can survive the same streets that I come from. I stand here before you today so peacefully as they come. But trust me, it's a choice. The city of brotherly love. Only time is love in the city is when the birds are winning. Go birds. Philly, Philly, Philly. Yeah, that's where I'm from. I can talk my shit about my city, but you better watch your mouth from the city that I come from. Philly type shit. Peace.
But the first one I'm reading is called Becoming Pink. Y'all know how like flamingos. I'm done shrinking my needs just to say I'm not alone because I've already been alone in the worst way possible and I survived it. I met you in a moment and that spark became my whole component. but you felt familiar, and that should have been my first warning, because I've already loved someone who taught me what it feels like to be left holding everything alone, dealing with some shit I don't usually condone. You had different attributes, a different face, a different voice, but the same lack of depth, something I couldn't accept. You treated me like I was just another moment, like I didn't matter in your emotional component, instead of a woman with a story who wanted to trust, but it turned into great disgust because all it really was lust. Because too many times you reached your peak while I was left with mine unable to reach, because you were selfish and I was so damn foolish to open my legs to you, going back on everything I knew, and it changed me. You broke me loudly, left scars I had to learn how to name, still learning how to tame. You left me alone to carry more than heartbreak, that shit made my heart ache. Carried a life, carried questions, carried a version of myself I had to rebuild from scratch. I was then standing in a pattern, heavy heart, getting battered, becoming shattered. And that scared me more than anything, because I didn't survive that kind of pain, find me again just to be contained. To relive it in smaller pieces, becoming a part of my weaknesses. So I promised myself never again. And started picking up my pen and loving me more again. But wait, remember you tried to break me quietly in ways that almost went unnoticed? And that was cute, but do you hear that saxophonist?
Oh, it's getting loud.
He getting loud, and I'm becoming my boldest, and you about to be your coldest. Remember those times, because my trauma was your happiness, and my life is becoming the prettiest in ways you never could have imagined.
Yeah.
But Tiana did say, let her get that in peace. And I'm going to get mine to the neighbors call the police.
And you sound just like me, it's just you missing the heart. I heard to build an empire, you gotta take it apart. Apart from my mind running miles, this a walk in the park. A work of art I'm seeing every time I see a blank canvas. Paint a blank on all these suckers, 100 O's in these stands. Swaying the vote in these shoes, they still ain't having no answer. See the deal like Bobby Huey in the field like the Panthers. Motherland shit, blood of Ghana, ghetto gospel, breaking bread. I'm next like Jesus, 12 deep with the apostle. Making fossils out of pasta. Sad about it, well you lost it. Mad about it, that's gonna cost you. Time precious. I'd rather spend it etching his word in stone. I'd rather do it with you, but even if I gotta do it alone, even if y'all keep scrolling like you don't see the difference, I'm far from home, but got love for the avenues that got me this far. But only my drive to survive what got me this far. Seems only my eye, see tomorrow. Clear as yesterday's memory, 70 reps a day. While the vocals sound heavenly, at the center like Beverly. Y'all talk slick for some G-League. Sorry, I can't respect it. Problem is y'all got lead dreams with backyard work ethic. Can't fuck with my worst record. It's just practice for the record. I feel joyous amongst the pressure. God gon' show you what you left with. You ain't even got a question. We gon' be on in a second. Nigga, this 10 steps ahead. How the fuck could I come in second? No second guessing. Kicking like Eddie, who rang and take it. More let the story get your money up. That's to save you some lessons. We don't wanna hear that weeks no more. That's to save you some sessions. God bless my bro Savante. Blessings swinging all these options. You could be working on, you could be stressing. Pick and struggle, ain't nobody coming to save you, homie. Yeah, it's Newman. Appreciate y'all.